It's Paul Clegg here, and today I have the pleasure of talking with Catherine Bryan, who is somebody I've known for, is it some 20 years? Always enjoyed talking to Catherine, and although my first impression was that she came over as being a little bit shy, she's got a young family. I know her husband very well, and she's always very measured in what she talks about. So when I discovered recently that she was helping quite a lot of people harness the power of Instagram, I felt I needed to interview her. Catherine.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I've been in the beauty industry for, oh gosh, a long time, starting with my own salon. I've always had an interest in beauty products. So I've had businesses where I have been involved in retailing products, but more and more, I got interested in marketing. I have a marketing element in my degree, and it was always a kind of interest for me. So a few years ago, I had no clue about social media, but I knew it was huge. I knew I could earn an income from it. I knew the possibilities were endless. So I just started out learning, watching people, and then I started to invest in some coaching. And I found that what I learned was nothing like what I was sort of taking in from these sort of bits and pieces that I was learning here and there. I actually learned proper strategies of how to implement it and how to use it to actually make money. So that's where I am today. I help people, help businesses actually, aesthetics practitioners, with building their Instagram account, helping them grow their business, helping them grow their accounts, and helping them get more clients from Instagram. But aside from that, I'm really passionate about the other sides of Instagram, the other ways that people can make money from Instagram. It's not just about, people use it a lot for pleasure, of course, but I feel like these days it's really becoming more and more important to have multiple sources of income. And when you've got something, a platform at your fingertips that is essentially free to use, yet you can make an income from it, I think that's really powerful. So that's where I'm at the moment.
So, although you've talked about your background in the beauty industry and in supporting estheticians, it occurs to me with my background in the hairdressing industry from a marketing point of view that there's a whole series of people that maybe have been hit quite hard by the pandemic and the lockdown could be using social media and Instagram in particular to regrow their business. And I'm thinking of nail technicians, obviously beauty therapists, estheticians, hairdressers, therapists of all sorts of descriptions, chiropractors, etc. Would that be the case?
I guess essentially it's about branding yourself like anything. So if you're a person who doesn't already have an existing business, you're looking to grow an Instagram account, it's just about finding something that you're really passionate with, a theme almost. So, for example, if you're a mum and you've got these tips on parenting tips or how to raise children healthily, for example, you might share valuable information. And it always comes back to this point that, okay, you can share a nice image, but it's the value you're putting across to somebody. So if you're a photographer, a keen photographer, you might be keen on nature photography. So you might make a themed account, for example, on taking nature photographs around your area. And gradually over time, you'll find that becomes your brand. That becomes who you're, what you're passionate about, and who you are. So you don't have to kind of invent anything. You can just be authentically you, but share things that you're really passionate about. And over time, your account will grow. And that's the thing. It's not something that happens overnight, but gradually, especially if you know the strategies in place to be able to grow an account and to be able to attract people to your account, then over time there are lots of different options that you could be a part of. You could set up your own nature photography tutorials, or you could gain sponsorships from people. You don't even need like huge accounts to be able to create income streams. And I think that's kind of the thinking with a lot of people, that they think they already have to have something that they're really, really good at. But that's not necessarily the case, because if you've got something to share, somebody else will gain value from that. And it's that point. It's not just about sharing a photo that's meaningless. If it means something to you, then it will mean something to somebody else.
Well, I must admit, people that follow me on Instagram, I'm more active on LinkedIn and perhaps Facebook and in email marketing. And I have a group of people that business owners, small business owners, home business owners that meet every week, and I help them join up their thought processes when it comes to marketing. But Instagram is something that I know is very powerful. Well, you tend to focus on Instagram. Why Instagram as opposed to, say, Facebook or TikTok or Snapchat or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, for me, you can absolutely do the same with any platform. I'm not saying you can't, but for me, my passion is Instagram because I find it easy to use. I find it very simple to target different verticals, I suppose, different niches, different groups of people. And I find it fun. I find it, quite simple to use. Whereas, I haven't gone down the TikTok route. I'm not big on video. I much prefer to share valuable information through words and pictures. So that's sort of just where my passion lies.
Apart from coaching people on joined up marketing, my overriding interest, something since I was 12 years old, has been photography, but latterly videography and drone photography, and they really are my passions. And that I've actually been paid for work of late, and I'm starting to get interest. So I'm beginning to think, from what you're saying, is maybe I could focus on videography and drone photography on my Instagram, although I get the impression that maybe it's only about photographs. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're absolutely highlighting in the same as other platforms that Reels, which are short form videos, short snippets of videos. You also have the ability to do longer videos on IGTV. You can create series, so it's very versatile. It can be for anybody. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. And that's the thing. That's why I love it.
You just said something there a bit technical. No, I'm fairly savvy. IGTV, what's that?
So Instagram TV is
right.
sort of like their sort of video channel. Yeah. But you can record up to an hour's worth of video. So you could create like a series, and you can post it on your feed. There's lots of different options.
And is that continual feed? I notice on Facebook you've got like 10 seconds and then it stops, and then there's another 10 seconds. Is it a continuous feed like in YouTube?
Yeah, so exactly that particular feature of Instagram, you can do that. Then you've got Reels, which is like 30-second snippets, up to 30-second snippets of video. And then you've got Instagram stories, which is a bit like Facebook stories, where they disappear after 24 hours. So you can really use a wide range of features to be able to get your brand, your personality across, and your interests, how to present the things that you're really interested in. There's lots of different ways you can do that.
So, and actually choosing which of those little snippets, 30 seconds, reels, longer, is obviously there's some thought has to go into that. And that's probably the thing that you guide people on. Lockdown and the pandemic has changed everything, in my view. More and more people are realizing that life isn't as secure as it ever was, and certainly jobs are not as secure as they ever was. And I think more and more people are beginning to think, well, actually, still need to make a living, but I'd love to be able to do it on my terms.
Yeah.
Are you finding more people coming to you about asking whether it's possible to make money from Instagram?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thinking has absolutely radically changed over the last couple of years. I mean, it was before, but it's sort of sped up. And yeah, so many people are much more open to the idea that actually they could do something like that on the side. They could work something round whatever it is they have going on, whether they've got a business, whether they've got a job, whether they're at home with the children and looking after the family. That's the kind of flexibility you have when you're using a social media platform to generate you an income. You can make it flexible to to yourself. You can slot it in around whatever it is you've got going on, and that's part of what I love too. Obviously, you can take it anywhere with you, so it's not, you're not tied to a location, you're not tied to time, and I think more and more people are much more open to that idea now, for sure.
How does, say, a mum that's got some time on her hand because the children have now gone to school, or preschool or whatever, how would they set about starting something? Who would they go to, and how would they start about attracting some sort of audience?
Well, you've got to find someone who you resonate with, I suppose, who can teach you the step-by-step process. It's all very well trying to learn it yourself. You can learn it yourself, of course you can. But what I found in my experience is by partnering with somebody who actually really knows what they're doing, you speed up the process. You don't have to waste so much time, making these trials and errors and, just not really getting anywhere. You absolutely speed up the process. And if you find someone that you really trust and who's done it, that's the obvious person to sort of go with.
So if somebody wanted to reach out and follow up on this particular call, what would you do first? Would you have a call with them, or what
Yeah,
happens?
I think it's always good to connect on a one-to-one basis, because you don't know really what somebody is thinking. You don't know what they're looking for. So there's a number of services that I can offer when it comes to Instagram. But if it's just a case of maybe somebody doesn't really know what they need and what they want, then it's just, we've got to chat through it and find out some more information. Yeah. It's not a one size fits all, for sure.
Here's a question I want to ask. So very often people want to start a business and they want to turn their passion into a business, but sometimes, and it's not to take away anybody's dream, sometimes that passion has not got the legs or not got the commercial value to make it worth anything more than a pocket money or whatever. If you don't have if you want to get into something like this and you're looking for something to market, to sell, I can understand an esthetician may it's bringing clients in, etc. But if you don't have your own product, and I know all too well the cost and the challenges of producing your own product. Wow. I've built products for companies. I've launched 2 of my own products, and the stock issues and all the cost and investment and the risk that's involved in that. How, what would you advise people when it comes to finding a product to use to promote?
I guess it just depends on interest, because there's billions of products out there, and I have an idea of certain ways you can sell different products. So, for example, whether you're interested in health and fitness, I can show you. If you're interested in beauty products, I can show you. If you're interested in selling digital products, I can show you that too. So if you don't have a product of your own, there's a million ways you can help to sell other people's products. And that's what we teach. That's what I teach. I think it's important to note as well, people often think by selling products that they have to buy a ton of products themselves. But it doesn't work like that. You don't need to. You can have a global business from your phone where you don't have to ship out the stock. It's a bit like the Amazon drop shipping, that sort of thing, where you don't have to handle the stock yourself. You just take a commission. So it's making that connection with the other person, being an intermediary, I suppose, and making a commission on what you sell. It's perfect. Find your interest, build your audience, and then find products that align with your audience that solves a problem that that they have.
Yeah, I must admit, I've always, I started when I was young in sales, but I could never sell anything I didn't believe in. So if I had that passion for a particular company or a product, as I wish Apple would do something, because I'm forever recommending their products. I'm a fanboy when it comes to Apple, but there are certain. In June, I purposely decided I was going to lose weight. I wanted to lose around the tummy, And I went on a particular program, and the number of people that have asked me, "Wow, you've lost weight. You're looking really good. Are you feeling better?" Yeah. And I would certainly recommend their particular products. And I think we've all had experiences like that. And sometimes the ability to make money from that is not available, and neither is it necessary, because I will recommend, I'll put people in touch with people, and I have no thought about any gain.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But on the other hand, if it's something, if it's a bit like working with a company or with a particular partner, then if I can help them and at the same time they can help me, why not? Yeah, that's certainly worth. So that could be worthwhile talking to you about as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Great. Good. Catherine, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you again today, and I think this could be the start of something that we could do on a regular basis, because clearly you've not only got a passion, but you've turned that passion into a business, helping people to get more out of Instagram. And it's an area that certainly interests me. I'd like to know a lot more, and maybe tease out some of the little secrets that you have.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much, Paul.
And I've lost my train there. I think that's been particularly helpful, Catherine.